welcome back to the Breaker Bros. And tonight we're going to react to the Bengals free agency so far and let's do a first post free agency mock draft. But I guess really they're at the point where I think I'm sure they'll sign one or two more players, but I think they're going to head into the draft and whoever they can't really get to fill some holes, I think they'll sign some more, I guess, veteran free agencies or free agents later, like right before camp. But I guess to start it off, how are you feeling about the Bengals free agency so far?
I'm getting 2021 vibes. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I mean, I can
That's
see
good,
that.
Right?
Yeah, that was the year that they had some solid pickups and made the Super Bowl. I think the way they picked up players in free agency versus like who they picked up in the draft really fit well together. And, you know, I guess I can sense that so far with this free agency. The Bengals said that they're going to be, well, I don't know if they said it directly that they're going to be aggressive, but I think they said that they were going to go all in. I feel like they kind of say that every year, but they were a bit more active, I guess, on the first day. They first signed Brian Cook, which was kind of surprising to me. He got a 3-year, $40 million contract, but sure you were happy with that pick. I think most Bengals fans will, especially with him being a Bearcat.
Former Bearcat. I mean, the golden generation of Bearcats have made quite a bit of money in this free agency period, right? Like you have Brian Cook, Kobe Bryant, Alec Pierce, all signed big free agent deals. So, I mean, it kind of shows how good that Bearcats team was. I mean, you should like it. He's a Coleraine guy.
He went to Coleraine?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, yeah, then I really like it.
Yeah, of course.
I did not realize.
I said that with so much confidence that you believed it, but like now I want to verify. So
I feel like that's not true, but I mean, I'll take it.
I feel like he went to Coleraine, but I'm Googling Brian Cook. I'm going to look him up on Wikipedia. Oh, I'm sorry. Mount Healthy.
Okay.
My bad.
Still, Cincinnati kid. You got to love it. I feel like he's pretty solid all around. So I think it's definitely an upgrade. And I still feel like they're still in a position if a really good safety is there in the first or second round, it's not going to stop you from picking them. But I'm glad that they, because I feel like he was either one of the best or the best safety in this free agency class. So I'm glad they were able to get him, make it a priority.
Right. So they signed Brian Cook. They re-signed. We just looked up the 2021 free agency class. So I want to say Riley Reef, but they signed the guard Risner, and then they extended Orlando Brown, and then they signed. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Boye Mafe.
I believe that's correct. Yeah.
So defensive end, safety, guard, left tackle, right? So we've been mocking a little bit, and top of the draft has been heavy on edge, tackle, and we all like the safety out of Ohio State. So they signed a safety. They signed an edge rusher.
They also got a defensive tackle.
Oh, that's right. How could I forget?
Jonathan
got defensive tackle. Because like one of our first mocks, we did defensive tackle. So they've signed in free agency, like outside coming in, 2 defensive linemen. So those were kind of, I guess those are 2 areas we looked at in our last 2 mocks, right? Edge and defensive tackle, right? So I'm just seeing tea leaves, right? Makes me think of 2021.
Yeah, I feel like the only thing they still probably need to address, because they did get, I think they're considering him like the third string quarterback, but Josh Johnson also signed with the Bengals. And then they resigned Jalen Davis.
Josh Johnson's back?
Yeah, I think that was either earlier today or late yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but from what I understand, I mean, I think Flacco still has a pretty good chance of coming back. So I think Josh Johnson would be like the third string emergency quarterback. So he would be basically replacing Browning last year if everything stays the same. So if that's the case, don't mind it at all, especially if he's like the emergency quarterback and you still have someone in front of him. I wouldn't necessarily be thrilled if he was the official backup, but I think from what I understand, he's going to be like the third string. But outside of that, I think linebacker, I feel like could be addressed, but it might be one of those things where they may wait until the draft and see what happens, especially at that 10th spot. I don't see it happening because Styles like had incredible measurements and
like both of the two Ohio State linebackers are like the ones that are like early first round picks, but they're mocking top 5, right? Like neither of those guys are going to be. None of the Ohio State defensive players are trending to be available when the Bengals pick.
Yeah.
Right? Like Downs, Styles, and can't think of his name, are all going to be gone. Reese, right?
Yeah.
They're all like top 7 territory. So
yeah, no, I think for me right now, if Bain's there, obviously Downs probably be my number one choice, then Bain.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know. It could be interesting because if Styles and Bain are both there, I feel like that could be kind of like a toss-up. But I think the way free agency is kind of unfolding, it would make more sense to me to get Styles at 10. If he's there.
Yeah, if he's there. But you know what I'm feeling?
Trade up?
No. I'm feeling offense.
Like a receiver?
And I'm thinking the big O in offense. I'm thinking Kenyon Sadiq.
Oh, okay. The tight end.
Yeah. He ran a 4.3. So it's like Vernon Davis territory, right? Ever since they got rid of the offensive coordinator from a few years ago, they've been leaning in on the tight ends.
That would be crazy.
They need a third receiver. I'm thinking Sadiq.
I wouldn't mind that pick if
and then that's my 1A, and now my 1B after the combine is Love.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Both of those dudes are like home run hitters, right? If you're going to pick 10, like the elite defensive guys are gone. They don't need a receiver per se, right? But like a extremely athletic tight end that can take the top off the defense, or a running back that could take it to the house. That's what I think is going to happen. I'm going to say that those are my 2 players. And I would lean towards the tight end first and then the back, but I could be convinced either way.
I don't mind the idea of the tight end, especially if he could actually block pretty decently. But if he's going to be kind of like a one-trick pony, where kind of like how the offense is now, where if you have certain players in, you either know it's going to be a pass or a run play.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if he can be more of like an error call where he can help disguise things, then I think it would be worth it at 10. But I would lean more towards, especially if they go offense, the running back, because I feel like with Love's size and speed, like he can be a 3-down back. And
yeah, I mean, I'll have to admit that. So if I see like the Golden Dome and that Notre Dame logo and a skill player, I just assume they're slow. Because, I mean, like the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and I mean, universally almost, right? If it was a Notre Dame skill player, they were slow, right? I mean, they're known when they used to have a grass field when they played like the like USC's or whatever, they'd let the grass grow really tall to slow the game down. But I was shocked when Love ran a 4.3. I mean, I remember watching games and seeing him like house it, but like I think was it last year or 2 years ago that they had like Audric Estime and he ran like a 4.7.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know if he ran that slow, but I mean, it was
he was slow.
Yeah,
but like he also like had similar big plays where you take it to the house and you're just like, oh, it's because Notre Dame has like really good offensive linemen and their wide receivers block. So seeing that Love ran a 4.3, it kind of changed my perception.
He ran a 4.3 at like 6'2", 220. So he's like
yeah.
huge. It's like,
yeah, no, I mean, he was a big dude. He was like laterally smooth.
Flashbacks of like Corey Dillon, where like you have size, but he still has like breakaway speed. Now I think he's probably technically faster than Corey Dillon.
Yeah, I don't think Corey Dillon ever sniffed a 4.3, but
yeah, but he still was able to separate even from safeties. Like once he was in the field, like he had that.
Yeah, different era, but like I mean, he's like that type of talent,
which I think would benefit Joe Burrow overall a little bit more if you especially have a bigger running back that can handle like the short yardage but still give you that home run playability.
Exactly.
It's
so like you need to counteract blitzing. So to me, it's like I think the Bengals have evaluated the draft, and I think they see that okay, the elite defensive guys that are good enough to draft are probably going to be gone by the time they pick. So they
but I don't think Love's going to be there either, though. I think Love is like a certified top 7 pick, I would say, because I heard
we'll see. Really we'll have to mock it out, man. We'll have to mock it out.
Well, I mean, yeah, if he's there in the mock, I would consider it, but I would still lean towards the defensive side because I feel like
I'm all offense, man.
Even in the second round?
No, second round. Yeah, I would like I like the safeties from the safeties this year have been fast, so I think the safety class is deep. So I could see picking a safety in the second or third round to complement Cook. I could also see going corner first round, but like to me, it's like they've tipped their hand, right? Like they're not going to go edge, they're not going to go defensive tackle, they're not going to go offensive line in the first round. And then you think of like the elite dudes, like that's why I like Sadiq. I'm just saying, like he ran fast enough to be like comped against Vernon Davis, who I think was like the 7th pick when he was drafted. So he's like top 10 kind of value. Like I don't know that he'd be a slot receiver per se, but it's like the Bengals need a guy that can get open fast. It doesn't have to be the primary target, but like if you got a dude that can run a 4.3 from the tight end position and you got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, I mean, that could make the Bengals defense lethal.
In offense?
Offense too.
No, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily hate the pick, but I just still think they're in a position to pick BPA. But I still think the value for defense is still going to be there, especially if because it seems more and more likely that Bain is probably going to be there. And I feel like if he's available, it's still pretty much like a no-brainer, because I feel like back to 2021 when the Bengals defense was the most effective was when they had like a good rotation and they could rotate players in without having like a drop off. And I feel like they're kind of setting things up to be like that, to where like you can have, I feel like 8 or 9 players right now that can consistently.
Yeah, but if you're getting a rotational guy, that's not a top 10 pick.
No, because I think Bain could come in there, and I feel like he could play multiple spots on the defensive line. And like Yeah, I think he would have to split snaps a little bit. Don't want to necessarily have like a rookie. Well, that's
Yeah,
why
I'm
I also feel like
I'm just trying to think of like the perspective here, because like I'm wearing two hats, right? Like on one side, it's like what I think, but I skew heavy towards like trying to
but I
be a
don't think that
realist and try to think of like what the Bengals are actually going to do.
because I think Bain would get more snaps than that tight end because we still have Gasecki.
I don't think they play the same position.
Well, can he block pretty decently?
That I don't know. That's for our film study.
If he can, then I would be a little bit more in the pick.
No, I'm thinking like I'm thinking Sadiq would take the slot spot.
So, I mean, that's still Gasecki. I feel like because I feel like technically,
No, I think he'd be like wide receiver 3. So I feel like if you had Sadiq, you would have him play the slot receiver, and then you would either put in Gasecki or a blocking tight end, and you would always go 2 tight ends because he's like fast enough.
I mean, I could see the vision. I would just be shocked.
Okay, this is coming from the guy that dreams of the all tight end offense. So I'm just saying, like, oh, we got fast tight end, we got a tall tight end, we got a blocking tight end. But I'm just saying that's why I see, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
anything,
I see the vision of Love too. I mean,
yeah, I mean, to me, Love would make more sense than the tight end, but I think the tight end would actually be there besides Love.
but I mean, think about what like the Bengals excel at drafting. What have all their best draft picks been at?
I would say running back, receiver,
Quarterback.
I guess, yeah, quarterback. Quarterback's not
Offensive skill positions, right? Where have they whiffed?
I mean, tight ends,
Linemen,
50.
linemen, linebackers, right? So, in terms of value, though, the reason why the Bengals are good is because they've been really good at drafting wide receivers, right?
Yeah.
So, why not lean into that and get yourself a offensive skill position, right? That's what you're good at drafting. Draft that. Sign the other positions in free agency.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, if you're just looking at free agency or what they've done so far, that's why, like, if Styles there at 10, that to me would probably be the best value because I mean he would be the immediate starter. I don't think they would hesitate, and he would get the majority of the snaps.
Yeah.
To whereas like all these people that we're talking about,
I don't think Downs, Styles, or Reese are going to be there. I don't think.
Oh, I take it back. Downs. I think Downs could be an immediate starter too. Like that.
Yeah, but I don't think those guys are going to be there. I think they know that.
I don't know. I think there's Bain, Downs seem more like a possibility.
I take that back. I take that back. They don't think that either. They don't think that Bain is worthy of the pick, or they don't think he's going to be there. They don't think Bailey's going to be there. I don't think they think Downs is going to be there, but maybe they think Reese or
no, I mean it could have been his smoke screen, but I felt like Downs' stock went down around combine because I don't think he really tested it out that much. And then this like report came out.
He didn't run, did he?
Yeah, because there was like this report that came out that he had some type of knee issue, and that may be a concern. But then it's just weird that came out exactly around the combine. Like I'm pretty sure, or maybe that's when they released that type of information is at the combine. But
yeah, they do medical.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense. Whatever, but I don't know. I feel like the tape speaks volumes. So like if you're talking about like a guy like Downs, who may have certain things going on right now, or even like Bain with some of his measurements, it's just like sometimes you just can't overthink it. And I would definitely like a player like one of those two, or even Styles. I think if anything, before they extended Orlando Brown Jr., I was kind of thinking tackle could be a possibility, but I think with him resigning and extending, like I don't think that's. I feel like you can kind of take that off the board unless for some reason they trade back. If none of the guys,
I think you could take it off the board
in the first. I think maybe later in the draft.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking strictly first round pick. Second round pick, it's just like, yeah, are they going to play? Who's the best player? But like first round, you got a top 10 pick. You're looking for like a kind of cornerstone type player, and if they're that good, you wouldn't block them, right? So maybe they think Reese or Styles will slip to them, but I'm smelling offense. I think it's offense this year.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I think it's offense. I think it's skill. Obviously not quarterback. So I think it's either going to be a receiver, but I don't think they would do that. That's why I'm big on Sadiq. But I could see Love. But really, all this makes me want to do is mock, man.
Yeah, let's get to it. But I did want to go over the Hendrickson, him signing with the Ravens. It's kind of an interesting situation where the Ravens supposedly traded for Max Crosby, and like that was pretty much like the big news right ahead of free agency.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess he fails his physical, and the Ravens back out. And the very next day, they sign Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah.
Which seems like a lot of Bengals fans, especially on Twitter, are not really happy about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's interesting, right? Because like last year, the talk was he won $30 million a year, right?
Right.
And then they just feels like they were like, hey, how about this? Whatever money we have left, we'll give it to you. You come back and play, and this don't have any. I mean, come on, we're just a couple guys in our house, right? We don't know anything, but it feels like to me that they must have had a gentleman's agreement that, like, look, we'll give you money, you come play, but we won't franchise you, right? Like, I think the reason why they didn't franchise him had something to do with him coming back and play, right? So, but like he didn't sign. What's 112 divided by 4? It's not 30.
No, he actually got less. It was either 28 or
yeah, it's like 28 per year, right?
Yeah,
which in the NFL world is not really 28 per year, right?
Well, I think he had $60 million guaranteed. So like the first 2 years are essentially.
Okay, so he's getting like 30 million per year for 2 years.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. But like, you know, I just remember last year there was talk of like 31, 32, 33. He won just less than Jamar. It's just like
well, and I think a lot of people point this out on Bengals Twitter as well, but it's always ironic how the situation works out, because it's like last year people are getting on the Bengals for being cheap and saying like, hey, you should pay him what he's worth. Mm-hmm. And they offered, I think it came out to be closer to like 31 million a year or something like that. It was just like the first year was guaranteed. It's a 3-year contract. He won at least 2 years guaranteed. And then we get to this offseason, and no one's even offering anything close to that. And you have teams saying like, hey, you're not that guy. Essentially, like you can't expect, because that Danielle Hunter or whatever with the Texans signed another 1-year extension, $40 million, all guaranteed. And he's like same age as Hendrickson, maybe a little bit older, you know, kind of puts up the same stats. And he gets 40, but then everyone else is telling Hendrickson, you're not worth the over 30. And it just kind of goes back to show that, okay, well, maybe the Bengals do know what they were talking about. And, you know, maybe it's not as they weren't being cheap; they were just being realistic, and they actually end up offering him more than what he got this year. So it's kind of funny how it works, but no one's calling them.
I think it's a little bit of both. I feel like it's like the Bengals being cheap, but then also like I don't know a ton about the details, but doesn't it feel like Trey doesn't have the best representation?
No, I think you can start there.
So like maybe there's just mistakes been made on both sides because it's just so unfortunate because like if it's just 30 million a year, like I feel like if both sides could have I feel like both if you go back in time to last year, I feel like both sides could have agreed to 3 years 90 million. No?
That's what they were at. It was just I think it was
that's what I'm saying though. Like he's getting 2 years 60.
Yeah, they're not really looking at it and plus you're playing with the Bengals. Like he would have been playing this year, even if he signed that deal last year, right? I don't think they would have cut him.
I think they wouldn't. They never cut people.
They would have gave him another year. It is what it is, and
no, but also. My theory is that like if you don't do the whole preseason thing, I think it increases your probability of getting hurt. Like I think that guys need that preseason period to get into like shape for like not like cardio, but like for the physical side of it. And like I just feel like guys who skip camp, like like with Shamar Stewart, it's like it just feels like I don't have any data, but it feels like guys who skip camp, guys who hold out tend to have like these weird like soft tissue injuries because I think that you need that build up to dealing with the violence of actually playing football, right?
I would like to point out that Shamar Stewart only missed like 2 days. So
well, he needed those 2 days, man. That's night and day.
Yeah, but
all the like rookie stuff, whatever.
I mean, he was attending meetings. He just wasn't doing some of the on-field stuff before camp. But technically, he only missed like a couple of days. It wasn't like Hendrickson. Hendrickson basically missed all camp and most of preseason.
Okay, well, fair enough. But either way, that's how I feel. You can't change how I feel with facts.
No. You have a point though. I mean, it's always better to be in a position where you have your guys and they're all together, and they're starting around the same time. But if you have pieces that are like so slowly being integrated, like it makes everything worse. Like it can be, well, especially last year, it was for sure a distraction. Like Trey was having his like press conferences like right in front of the practice field, and they're like practicing behind him.
But it's just like I just feel like the whole Trey Hendrickson saga has been like a combination of the Bengals' cheapness and stubbornness, and like Trey Hendrickson's bad representation and stubbornness.
I think it's more on Trey's representation because like when he signed that extension, I keep going back to this. Everyone knew that the market was going to get reset because Bosa was about to come up, and like he just had to be.
Well, everybody knows the market. I mean, like you had to. I'm trying to think of a nice way of saying this.
But the point I'm trying to make was that he was happy when he signed that extension, and it was only like a little bit after a year where he realized, like, oh, maybe I did sign that too soon.
Yeah, but I mean, like the NFL media rights are like a rocket ship, right? Like the salary cap, except for like the COVID weirdness, right? It's been going up like crazy, right? Every year it goes up. So like if you're at one of the big money positions like quarterback, left tackle, edge, corner, you're gonna make money, right? Wide receiver. It's just like whoever is the last person to sign makes the most money, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just like some of it maybe feels like because Trey was drafted so low that like say like you're a guy who gets picked in the 6th round and then after a season like clearly you should have been a first rounder like Trey Hendrick. I don't know if he was a 6th rounder, but he was picked late. And he, if you went back and redrafted that year, he would have been a first round pick, right? And I just feel like you're chasing after that money that you feel like you should have gotten. And it's like this thing that's always nagging at you, right?
Well, I think the thing that makes it tricky is that it worked out really well with Cincinnati because they allowed him to do what he does the best, just pass rushing. Like when you ask him to do some of the other things, like he's very, minimal. Like, I mean, he does make plays here and there outside of pass rush, but that's not like what he's like known for. And it was just like he was put in a situation where he could really maximize his rush ability and like, with the Bengals defense not being
but you have to concede my point though, right? Like if you're a guy who can get 17 sacks in a season, that's a first round pick.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
if you're an edge guy and you can get that many sacks, it doesn't matter if you have other limitations. You're a first rounder.
I wonder how well it's going to work out with the Ravens, just because, like, I feel like now if they create a situation where he could do exactly what he was doing in Cincinnati, then yeah, he'll be fine. But I just feel like with the Ravens defense, they're going to ask him to do a little bit more, because I feel like you kind of have to in their defense.
I don't know. I mean, the Ravens know what they're doing. He'll be fine. He'll be a good player. He's a dude. I mean, he's an elite NFL defensive player. I mean, he's going to do great.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll do fine. I just don't know if
fine. No, he's going to do awesome.
Like, what's your definition of awesome?
He's going to be like a game-changing, disruptive player when he plays.
So you feel like
you're going to have to game plan for him.
When he was healthy in Cincinnati, not when he was hurt, exactly the same, just be a game wrecker.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. If
the Bengals re-signed Trey Hendrickson for 4 years, $112 million, you wouldn't be happy? I'd be happy.
I don't know, because I kind of like the route that they took this year, and we kind of were talking about it feeling like 2021, where they really spread out the money.
I just feel like there's been so much bad blood in the negotiation between Trey Hendrickson and the Bengals that a breakup was inevitable. But objectively speaking, the Bengals would be much better off with Trey Hendrickson than without him. Like potentially Mafe could be better, but like if it were up to me, I would rather have Hendrickson back than Mafe. I don't know much about him.
The difference is like you have Hendrickson or you get Mafe and Cook. It's like you get multiple starters versus like one dynamic starter. And I feel like
I'd rather have Hendrickson.
I don't know. I feel like I like the direction that they're going. I still feel like there's a few things that they're going to have to do, which I think that's part of the plan. I think they're at the point where we're looking at that.
Like, I'm not upset about it because in my mind, Trey Hendrickson was never going to come back to the Bengals.
No, not after last season for sure.
The only way he would come back to the Bengals if there was no market for him whatsoever, right? Like if the best he could do was like, for example, if the best he could do was $20 million a year, then the Bengals could get him for sure. But he wanted 30, he got 30. There was no way that he was going to come back to the Bengals.
I think he really wanted like 35 initially. Like he wanted
but I mean, like the market would have to have like evaporated, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it was close because it was like three teams. It was like the Ravens, Eagles, and I think Colts. And I'm sure the other two teams weren't that too far off. I think really sure what it was is that they probably didn't have anywhere close to the 60 million guaranteed. Because essentially that's like, I'm sure they were probably at like 50 or like 45 or something like that. Or it was like a season and a half, almost two or whatever. But I mean, 60 is pretty rich. I mean, I get it. I mean, if he's the guy that known him as, then for sure.
But the way I look at it is if the Bengals would have signed him last year to 3 years, 90, I would have been happy.
Yeah, but then last year it happened though. Like, you can't really take that away. Like the thing that happened, which the Bengals were worried about, and why they didn't want to throw him so much guaranteed money, is the injury risk and him starting to like lose a step a little bit. And I think that's I don't know. I mean, you're more likely to be right than what I'm feeling. And yeah, it's the Ravens. They typically have really good defense, really good defensive players. But I guess, and I don't know the Ravens defense that much to where I just don't know if they're going to position him the way the Bengals had it, where that's all he really had to do was just rush the passer, and that's all he had to really worry about. Whereas I feel like other defenses and why other teams didn't really want to pay him that much was that like you got to be able to do multiple things. I think that's why some people valued, or I would say the majority essentially valued Crosby more than Hendrickson. To whereas like Hendrickson's probably a better pure pass rusher if it was just that. To whereas Crosby is a little bit more balanced against the pass rush. We're playing with pass rush or run defense, because I think he was a much better run defender than Hendrickson, Max Crosby. So, and also I guess there's still speculations with that. I'm not sure if you heard the rumors with Pac-Man Jones, but apparently his sources say that the Bengals are tied to Max Crosby, and that still could possibly happen. So, I
good with that.
That would be interesting. And then I don't see them drafting a defensive end in the first round. And if that happens,
either way, I don't see them drafting a defensive end in the first round.
I think if it's Bain.
That being said,
all right, let's get to the mock draft.
We need some music.
All right. Is it this one? Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we got the Bengals. We're going to do 7 rounds because we're like experts, so we know everything there is to know.
Yeah, and it helps that, PFF has grades too. And
we just go for the highest report card we can get. You ready to get rocking?
Let's do it.
Boom. Ah, of course.
I'm seeing it.
Caleb Downs is available.
Wow,
look at that. Thieneman is ranked 11 now.
Yeah, he's really jumped up.
I mean, the way I've been talking, I feel like we got to go Sadiq.
No way. Not with Downs there.
All right, we'll take Caleb Downs.
What are you even talking about, man?
Whatever, man.
I feel like Lee Hunter is interesting.
I like Pons and I like Rodriguez here.
Okay, then let's go Pons, because I feel like the Bengals, when they do draft corners, they seem to do decent in the second round. So
Pons was a dude this year.
I kind of like the defensive interior from I think it was Florida. Oh no, Florida State. Or
what? I don't see any defensive interior here.
Right there.
Oh, Daryl Jackson. All right.
Yeah, but
I just didn't see it. Let's rock it.
I feel like I'm kind of leaning towards center / guard.
We got Billy Schrauff.
No Iowa guy. I don't see him. I feel like, for me, I think guard would be good.
All right, well, let's take the top guard then. Billy Schrauff.
Did the receiver out of UC go already? I feel like he probably has.
No, well, I mean, he was in the list that we looked at.
Oh, he was? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So he's probably gone.
Oh, he just got drafted. I saw him.
Yeah.
Jeff Caldwell. Dang, that would have been too perfect.
Oh, we got Pat Coogan.
I feel like at some point they're going to have to get either a linebacker or maybe a tight end. Edge, I guess we could still go edge.
We can go linebacker here.
Yeah, let's do it. Because I feel like at this point, I still think they'll probably go for like a veteran, whether it's like a Wagner or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still going to need like a linebacker that's like obviously a backup, but at the same time plays a lot of special teams.
Yeah. I don't know. It looks like this is the tight end spot.
I'm down with either the guy from Tennessee or Houston.
Oh, 6'7".
All right, let's do it. There you go.
Bang. You're a guy, Tanner.
Is this the last pick?
Yeah, this is our last pick. Ooh, Eli Heidenrich. Hard to pass. When we played NCAA 2025, I think I scored like 5 touchdowns with this guy.
I think you did, yeah. Could not stop the option whatsoever. Nope. There's our Taylor Green, but
what?
The dude from Arkansas.
I'm looking for him. Oh, the quarterback.
Yeah. He's the one that ran a 4.3 as well. Pretty sure.
He's tall too, right?
I think he's 6'5".
6'6".
I just don't think they'll go with a quarterback, especially if they re-sign
in the 7th round.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, they might. You're right. Go ahead. I you know what? Screw it. Take him.
What about Styles?
The other safety from Ohio State. He ran 3 as well.
Yeah. I'm going.
You're gonna double dip at safety?
Yeah, I feel like we go Styles here, and if we can get the Arkansas guy next, we get him.
Oh, okay. I thought this was the last pick.
We got a 2022.
Oh yeah. Do that. I like that.
Yeah. Did he just go? No,
that'd be
we can
nuts.
get him. Taylor Green, welcome to the club.
Because I mean, if essentially he would take, well, assuming that Flacco does come back, he would just be taking Josh Johnson's spot, which I don't think it's necessarily solidified.
We got B- for Billy Schroff. How's that B-?
Also got a B- for the Ponds, which is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, we should have drafted Lee Hunter.
I was thinking about him because I've heard things about him, but then at the same time, like I feel like corner in the second round makes sense too.
I just don't feel like that's a B-. Maybe a B, but I mean, come on. Ponds was Ponds is one of the biggest reasons why Indiana won the national championship. Ponds
I like it because, realistically, I don't think the Bengals are going to resign.
PFF, I will die on the Ponds Hill, man. That guy is a dude.
But yeah, I don't think the Bengals are going to resign both. I think it's most likely going to be what's his face, the dude from.
I like this board, but like the thing about it, it's the exact opposite of what I've been talking about for an hour.
Well,
we've
okay,
on all defense.
All right. Well, what was the total grade? B+. That's still pretty good.
B+. I mean,
I think we
got
got
54%
though, or something like that. Let's do this. Let's just do another quick draft. But this time, pick the tight end. So I just want to see.
Okay, I like that idea.
Since you're,
see if I can figure out how to do it.
Hit new mock draft.
Where? Oh, boop. Oh no, wait. Okay, enter draft.
What if he wasn't there? That'd be funny. Yeah. Okay.
That'd be funny.
And actually,
but I mean, look, I feel like Dylan Thieneman, like we ranked him high, and look, he was like a high second round pick when we first looked at it. Now he's 11th. I mean, it's like, what are like the NFL people even doing? The two doofuses like us could be like, oh wait, he's good.
I mean, obviously,
all right,
be a hunter, right?
Obviously, we want to get better grade.
I actually like that because I've heard things about him. See, now I still feel like we got to go corner. Well,
yeah, I like corner here.
Yeah, let's do corner. I think that's more realistic.
Like Chandler Rivers or Devin Moore? Or Jalen Everett. I lean towards the guy the PFF has ranked higher because I want a better grade.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's make sure there's nobody higher. We got it. Chandler Rivers. Welcome to the squad. I like Kamara.
Yeah,
okay, we'll do Kamara, but we gotta get a safety soon, or else we're gonna get dinged.
You can pick up the dude from in state,
Ohio State in the 7th round.
That too. Or no, from TCU.
No, I like Cuevas. I like Coogan.
Oh, dude, there's that 6'5" guy.
Wisniewski?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do him. Oh, we can get Coogan still.
Get him.
Bang.
Wait, which this is the two. Okay, so we have 2 more picks.
Yeah, this is our last 2 picks. We got 7th round.
Can you click on our picks again? I kind of forget. I know we did the tight end, defensive tackle, corner, edge, safety. I feel like receiver.
Okay. You want a receiver?
Yeah.
Dane Key.
Possibly. Oh, you forgot the fullback. That would never happen.
Whoops.
Oh, you wanted a good draft grade.
What are you talking about? Heidenrich is a stud. We got D plus for Kenyon Sadiq.
They do not see the vision. We got an A though. That second round pick was solid. Somehow this draft was worse.
It was worse because people are sleeping on Kenyon Sadiq. Bold prediction: Kenyon Sadiq is going to be for sure a top 10 pick this year.
Like going at 10?
He's going to be in the top 10.
I don't see that.
They have him ranked 14. How crazy is that? Oh, for sure a top 10 pick. He ran 4.3. Somebody's going to pick him in the top 10.
I just don't see him going before Love or
Love has been picked before we picked both mock drafts. Looks like Love is going to be a top 6.
Can you click on that lower one, the 30 first round draft? Yeah.
Jeremiah Love was 7th.
I heard the Titans really like him. Which makes sense in a way because it's basically, I feel like he very similar to Derrick Henry, that size and speed. Like,
yeah,
sure they're missing that.
I would not be surprised if the Bengals pick Thieneman.
That wouldn't surprise me either.
It's just it's such a weird draft that you're gonna have 2 safeties picked in the top 10.
Yeah, potentially.
I don't know if that's ever. I can't remember the last time that's happened. I feel like that has not happened since I've been a draft nerd.
Yeah, it's that'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we got a B plus and a B, or was it a B minus?
B minus.
Oh, okay.
Look at this though. In this mock, they've got 3 safeties in the first round. Isn't that wild?
Wait, who's the third one? Oh, the guy from Toledo.
I also another bold prediction. That's not going to happen.
You don't think he's going to get drafted in the first round?
Toledo is going to be the 3rd safety. I think he's probably going to be the 5th or 6th safety.
Yeah, I don't know. People seem to really like him because he's got really good measurables. So, and I'm sure his film is pretty good.
Yeah, against like Mac dudes, like the safety from Arizona ran a 4.3 and has amazing film. He was slow. He ran like a 4.6.
The dude from Toledo?
Yeah, he was slow.
I thought he did it faster than that because I feel like everything else was good.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's look at this. .40-yard dash. Safety. So Styles ran a 4.27. There's no way that Styles is going to be a 7th round pick. He ran a 4.27. Ain't no way.
Yeah.
And
it's
then
like a certified 3rd rounder right there. No, I'm just kidding.
And then you got. So this guy from Oklahoma, 4.32. Traden Stukes, 4.33. Dylan Thieneman, 4.35.
Hey, Bud Clark.
Yeah, 4.4. Another safety from Arizona, 4.4. Kamari Ramsey, 4.47. Michael Taffy. Remember that guy? We were like, oh, he's, is he fast? 4.5. And then okay. Toledo guy ran 4.52. My bad. He's fast. But I mean, even AJ Halsey ran a 4.52. But Halsey is like, remember, that guy's a tank. I'm just saying, this is a good year for safeties.
Yeah.
All of them ran fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I think in general, this year's 13. Draft class was fast. It seemed like almost every position had like a 4.3 guy.
Even yeah, but I'm just saying you got 11 dudes that ran faster than the guy from Toledo. I just don't see him in the first round. Like, I mean, you got Bud Clark. He ran a 4.4. Why would you pick the guy from? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would take Taffy over him.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was a walk on at Texas. I mean, that's pretty dang good. If you ask me.
Yeah.
But what did they bench?
That's a key indicator for the Bengals right there.
Safety. Thieneman, 18 reps. Nice.
Wow, okay. You go to defensive tackles for bench.
Oh.
David Gusta.
37 reps, man. That's doing some work.
McLean. Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. Interesting. Okay, now do defensive ends.
Does anybody even bench anymore? Come on.
It's not.
What do quarterbacks bench? That's what I want to see. What? Wide receivers. Dang. That's crazy. 26 reps as a wide receiver. With Deion Burke's run. Four three.
Oh.
Wow. You run a 4.3 and you do 26 reps. Nice.
It's like the Bengals' 4th round pick right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, never mind. I knew Jeff Caldwell ran a 4.3. For some reason, I thought his bench was high too, but his name was not on there.
He did not bench, I guess. I respect Antonio Williams.
Double digits.
I know, but I mean, what did he run? He didn't run. That's a bold move. Oh, wait. Here you go. I don't see him. This is what I expect from Notre Dame skill guys.
That's funny that their running back is much faster than their receiver.
Yeah. Wonder what the running backs ran this year.
Pretty fast.
4.36. Hey, Heidenrich, 4.4.
Wow, okay. Okay.
Wow. Notre Dame had 2 running backs that ran faster than their wide receiver.
Yeah. 4, not bad. I guess almost a 4.5, but
we'll call 4.4. We round down. Round down.
Yeah, I respect it.
We round up on bench. We round down on 40. But what did our special teams bench? Okay. No punters benching.
Do the O line. Oh, okay.
I want to see who the best benchers were. Center. 31, 30. Whew. That's pretty good. So I feel like I could get into this range here somewhere.
There you go.
The thing is, I'm getting so old that, like, you know what I mean? Like, that the fact that I can bench as much as I am for how old I am is starting to be impressive. You know what I mean? I'm not getting super stronger, but I've like plateaued for long enough that now it's starting to be a little bit impressive.
Yeah. Starting to get that old man strength.
Exactly.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think we've hammered it. We're still B- drafters, although I think
I thought we got an A-.
I feel like PFF is going to catch up to us and see that Sadiq. I feel like Sadiq is the guy everybody's sleeping on.
I feel like they hold back too. I'm sure it's more updated, but it always feels like a few weeks out of the draft when things start to become a little bit more official, they update everything again and it's more accurate. So I do think they do hold back a little bit, I guess, for their best interests. Like they don't want to, I guess, go one way or the other. So I do feel like, or maybe they are able to confirm things a little bit more on the back end. But yeah, I feel like things definitely still change a lot right before the draft. So be interesting to see if your prediction's right with the tight end and he gets drafted.
What was my prediction again?
He'll at least be a top 10 pick.
Okay. Top 10 pick.
Yep.
Top 10 pick.
Nice.
Does it say 9?
I think it said nice.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
It's not so good.
Cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
All right. Well, peace.